So when you begin the process of adoption, one of the things that is really overwhelming is, how will you know which of these many, many waiting children is yours? And I think I should explain that term. There's an actual term called a waiting child, which is any child usually that's older or who has special needs that they think will be more difficult to place for various reasons, usually those two reasons. And that's where we decided we were being called. We didn't want to go for the waiting list for the kids who were going to be easier to place, because we felt we wanted to adopt kids who were going to be harder to place. And so I was looking at these waiting children, and I'd asked my agency, and they said, well, look at our list of waiting children. And I was looking at the time in Uganda, which starts with U, and they had their waiting children alphabetically by country. And so I had to scroll through the kids in China to get to the kids in Uganda, because China starts with C. And so as I was scrolling, I just felt the Holy Spirit just tap me on the shoulder, and I really did feel like God just said to me, stop, look at that boy. And so I stopped, and it was the first time I saw Noah, and I read the description. And if you had written a description of my son Toby, it would have been the same description. They liked all the same things. They liked Lego, they liked soccer. It was all the same. Just one problem was that this boy had a very critical heart condition. And I remember thinking, wow, he looks sweet, and I'm too scared to do that. And really saying to the Lord, that's too much. That's too much. But, thanks for your input. And I shut my computer. And then the next day, my worker at the agency said to me, why don't you look on this site called Rainbow Kids that is for all the waiting children from many different agencies. And she said, look for this one file. I don't even remember what it was. Well, there are thousands of children on Rainbow Kids. Today, there's over 4,000 children waiting on Rainbow Kids. And I just happened to be looking for this one file she'd sent me to, and so I'm scrolling through thousands of children, and I felt like the Holy Spirit tapped me on the shoulder again and said, stop, look at that boy. And so I did, and I read this boy's description, and I was halfway through the description before I realized that it was the same boy. It was just a different picture. And that was about it. And I just thought, well, goodness sakes, I guess we have to look at this boy. And so I took it to my husband and I said, what do you think about this boy? And we were both very concerned about his heart. And, that's all selfish, because my concern was that I knew I would love him. And it's hard to sign up when you don't know what the outcome will be.